Hey guys, what is up? Michael here, and today I'm doing episode 1 of my podcast called Listen to This Bullshit. So really I'm just going to go about rants on stuff. Today I'm going to get very political, so if that's not your thing, especially if you don't live in America, please click off now. So let's get this started. The first thing I want to talk about is really freedoms in America and how they're being taken away. I'm not trying to sound like one of those redneck douchebags who's like, if these gays get married and, they try to take my guns away and then, all that shit. Okay, I hate those people. I'm going to sound like them right now, but you know what? There is some bullshit going on, so listen to this bullshit, alright? Number one, when talking about some weed. I know I made a video about this before, but we're going to talk about it again, motherfuckers, okay? And it really ties into the big part of this is how our court system is so fucked up. A little backstory. Or, let me explain this to you. So, in America, our prison system is completely privatized, meaning there is literally a corporation, our prison system, that is making profit. Because for every person that they have in the prison system, they get more money and funding from the state and federal government, and they also use those people as labor, and they don't really pay them. At least they don't pay them a minimum wage, which is only $7.25, which is bullshit because nobody can live on that. But anyways, so our prison system is completely private sector, okay? It's a corporation. It's a fucking business. And their business model is taking people away because they smoked some weed or because they got into a bar fight and ruining their lives, and then they take money out of our tax dollars, give it to the, what goes to the federal government. So really, they're almost directly stealing money from us for putting us in jails for little bullshit charges, okay? Back in the 50s, if you think about it, kids were always doing little bullshit, man. People would get into bar fights. We were free, man. Like, I'm not saying that we should be able to kill each other and stuff like that, but little stuff, little day-to-day things that, little mischief. That was a slap on the wrist. Where now, like, back in the day, okay, kids would throw firecrackers in concerts and stuff like that. Nowadays, you get terrorist charges with that bullshit. And that's why, because so many people smoke weed, it's hurting nobody. People are already doing it. The government could make so much money out of taxing it. We could make so many jobs out of it. It would take funding away from so many criminals. It's hurting nobody. Nobody causes violent crimes when they're on weed like they do with alcohol. You shouldn't drive high. That should be illegal. But driving high is not nearly as bad as driving drunk, okay? It's bullshit that people are getting their lives ruined. You can get a felony charge because you have too much weed on you. Because you had a hard week and it's Friday night, you go buy 20 sack just to relax, get pulled over and the cop searches you, and your life's fucking ruined because you wanted to unwind a little bit and you were hurting nobody. That's fucking bullshit, man. Weed has been illegal since 1936. It is 2013. If there was any evidence that weed really was this unhealthy drug, the federal government would be pumping that shit like crazy. You know why they originally deemed it illegal? Was because they said that it was causing white women to have sex with Mexicans, okay? This is some fucking bullshit. Also, the guy who made a big, I believe he funded the movie Reefer Madness, and the guy who had a huge slander campaign against marijuana in the 30s was the leader of a large lumber company. And he was worried that hemp was going to replace lumber. So hemp is still illegal to grow in the United States. I can't remember which one it is, but with the marijuana, with cannabis, one plant can get you high, one plant is not psychoactive, and even if you grind it up and dry it out and smoke it and eat it or whatever, it won't get you high. It's like fucking smoking grass. They use it for hemp. It's used for ropes and for paper and shit like that. But that's fucking illegal still. How is that possible? They have to make it in Canada and ship it down here. Costs so much more money. It takes jobs away from Americans because of some douchebag in the 1930s. You know how laws are made today? Large corporations have lobbyists, and they have these super PACs for politicians running. And really, with super PACs, what people don't know, it's what corporations give politicians to fund their campaigns. It's illegal to take your super PAC money and put it into your account, but there's some system where you can put it into another account and then put it into your name. So really, they're putting that money into their pocket. So the whole "I scratch your back, you scratch mine" thing. Prison system goes, hey, don't pass this marijuana legalization bill. Here's $2 million for your next campaign. You spend $500,000 on your campaign, and then do some bullshit fucking detours, with the money, and then you get $1.5 million for ruining people's lives. It's fucking bullshit, and weed should be illegal. We should get our freedoms back. It's fucking bullshit. In the 1960s, what happened was, so there was a problem, well, not really a problem, but the issue that they, came up with was that judges could, pick the sentence for somebody, okay? But the only problem with that is hypothetically, if I live in Minnesota, okay? If I live in Minnesota and I say I get into a bar fight and I go to jail, I could go to jail for 5 years here, but in Wisconsin, maybe they're stricter there, so you go to jail for 15 years. And they seem that, and, to a point, that is kind of unfair that if I do the exact same thing, just because of my geographical location, it could potentially ruin my month because I'll go to jail for 30 days, or it could ruin my fucking life because I'll go to jail for 2 days, lose contact with my family and my girlfriend, she goes bang some other guy, my family disowns me, and now I got a big felony on my record and I can't get a fucking job. That's some bullshit right there. So what they did is they had some system where now the prosecutors decide what you get, so that way and it's all kind of more standard, it's all kind of more of an algorithm. Is that the right word? Well, anyways, where you decide, where the prosecutors can basically decide your punishment, the judges have not nearly as much power, so that way, you can get the same charge for getting into a bar fight as you can for beating somebody up, because they're both technically assaults, and say I pick up my shoe and I start hitting him with it, that's assault with a deadly weapon, because two guys got drunk and they threw a few fists, and I go to jail for 15 years, my life's fucking ruined, and I'm a felon? Are you fucking kidding me? And back in the day, what would happen was the judge would be like, okay, it was a bar fight, 30 days, and some community service. And then, when they get that case where they, just beat some guy with a shoe, they'll be, okay, you're a piece of shit, 3 years and a felony. That's how the system should work, okay? It's fucking bullshit. And the next thing I want to talk about is minimum wage. Now, as many people know, people at McDonald's are protesting because they want their minimum wage to be bumped up to $15. When I first heard that, I was like, okay, if you want it raised, that's okay, but don't make it, don't fucking ask for double what you're getting right now. Well, in Minnesota, it's $7.25, so it's more than double. But the only thing, though, is that what I actually heard, which makes a lot of sense, is they're asking for 15 because then McDonald's will give them 10. But McDonald's won't do anything because they don't have to pay them 15, so why the fuck would they? Because corporations are so fucking greedy that they are making trillions of dollars, and they are fucking everybody so that they can make an extra billion. They don't need that fucking billion, and everybody's like, I understand it's a corporation, he's supposed to make profits. I don't understand it personally. If I have $3 billion, I'm not gonna fuck people to make another million, okay? I'm not gonna fucking do it, sorry. And everybody's always talking about how, like, yeah, but if you make the minimum wage higher, Big Mac's gonna be $7. Are you kidding me? It doesn't have to be. Do you know how much profit they make? They're making so much money in profit. They could easily take that out of their, out of the presidents and the CEOs and, the top people's paychecks and easily cover that $15 a month an hour, $15 an hour wage. But they're not gonna because they're cocksuckers. That's fucking why. You know why we're in Afghanistan and Iraq? Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. Do you know how much money Halliburton is making? Who was the CEO of Halliburton? Dick fucking Cheney, the vice president of the United States of America, who was a big push to get into the war in Iraq, was the CEO of a company that profits out of war. And you never hear about that in the mainstream media. You know what you hear about? Kim Kardashian's and Kanye West's marriage. It's fucking bullshit. I hate this shit. Did you know that we, per capita, have more people in prison than any other country in the world? America, land of the free and home of the brave. More people in the prison than any other country in the world. If you take all of the military spending in the world, half of it is ours. Half of the military spending in the world is ours. You know who the next, 8 people of the highest military spendings are? They're our fucking allies. People are searching. If I send a text to somebody, other people can invade my privacy and stop my Fourth Amendment right. They can't search my shit unless they have a good reason. They're reading my messages. They're reading your messages. They're recording this conversation. It's in a database right now, and they're saying, if for whatever reason I say a word that, gets me flagged, I could be put on some kind of bullshit list. It's fucking bullshit, man. And I mentioned earlier, I was making fun of people who are like, don't take the guns out of my hands. I'm not really a Republican or liberal. I guess more socially I'm liberal in some ways. I'm libertarian, I guess you would say. But here's the thing. We have a constitution made by the founding fathers of America that said that we have the right to bear arms. And people always go, you don't need an assault rifle to protect your home or to hunt. Yeah, it was the fucking Bill of Rights made to protect people, to protect your home and hunt? No, it was fucking made because they're like, hey, governments get corrupt. It's what happens. it was so hard for us because they were taking our rights away. Let's make it so, because governments go through everything in life goes through a cycle. So they're saying, hey, when shit gets crazy again, let's make it not so hard to overthrow these, Nazi cocksuckers. Well, they're the redcoats, but so it won't be so hard. That way they have guns, they have rights to protect them, to assemble and stuff like that. You know what it fucking is? This is bullshit, man. Did you know in Oregon, if you have a home, if you own that home, that's your land. You're not allowed to smoke in your own house. Because they say that's unhealthy. It's your property and you're not allowed to smoke in it? Are you kidding me? I'm talking about cigarettes. If you smoke weed anywhere, then you fucking go to jail and your life's ruined. But if you want to smoke a cigarette, which is legal, which is bullshit because weed has never... There's not one record of a death from marijuana in the entire world. And there are so many deaths from tobacco and alcohol and drunk driving. So many, and they're legal. And they shouldn't be illegal either. Tobacco and alcohol shouldn't be illegal because it's your fucking body. Put what you want in it. If you want to poison yourself, if I want to go take some bleach and drink it, that's my right as a human being. And these cocksuckers are trying to take it away from us. It's fucking bullshit. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Tell me if you like the series. People tell me that they like my rants and shit in real life because I get angry about a lot of shit, and it's bullshit, man. So thanks for watching. Let's hear some. What was it called? I can't remember the name of this podcast, but anyways, you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and tell your friends.